So once again, welcome. It promises to be a high interactive session, practical session, but I must take cognizance of the fact that a practical session must suffice with the theoretical or principles. The background of this course is very, very imperative. So first of all, I'd like to know if you sign up for this course. Oh, I just find someone is not muted. Okay, so I can have Madame Ukoro, Mr. Ngwana, Mr. Tebo, Mr. Djibouti, who is connected with iPhone. Madam, I'm always greeting you first.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Okay, so once again, I say welcome. I would like to have some feedback. This course, as I said, it has practical elements. It is embedded with so much theoretical background concepts, but they are very practical concepts. And one of the most interesting things is for us to know what your expectations are, what exactly, where you are in your Scrum or Agile journey. Do you have an Agile mindset? Do you have an Agile foundation? Do you have a Scrum? Apart from that, I should be able to bring us up to speed in laying the requisite foundation for us to move on. So, but if you are comfortable, we are going straight into the practical aspects and principles. So may I just start by brief introductions, since we're still few on the group, hoping that others are yet to connect. Yeah, so what forms your expectation for this wonderful course, Generative AI for Scrum Teams? And from there, we're going to be sure we'll deliver just what is expected for you. Who wants to introduce their expectation, please? If you don't introduce, that's fine. I will just introduce myself, introduce the course, and we'll write on. Okay, so.
Okay, thank you, Sir Evans, for the introduction and probably for giving us the opportunity to give our expectations. I'm Tebo Rostin, and my expectations generally is from the AI. You know, the world is evolving, and AI is like gaining the world. So I'm looking on how I can see how I can add AI to my project management skills and better my ability or my technical prowess in the domain of the managing construction projects. So it's I'm seeing how I can use my idea of AI and see how it can help me to be more productive in my project management.
Oh, that's interesting. Thank you, Mr. Tebo. That sounds palpable, sounds engaging, sounds inspiring for us to have this discussion today. Okay, so the world is evolving that fast. True, AI is relatively new. Just a couple of years, we can bring the history, and the speed at which it's moving and transforming work is really critical. So no one can afford to be at the sidewalk. So we really have to be in the mainstream or at the forefront of leading with AI enablements. Okay, fine. Thank you. Anybody else? Oh, sir, you're connected right Mr. Tebo, your time zone, you're really, I mean, I can imagine connecting from US means you really hold this
Yeah,
high esteem.
yeah,
So,
it was difficult. I had to make some modifications to my program, but it's okay. Thank you.
okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, who else, please? Appreciate our feedback. Just 2 or 3 people will definitely will go on, because I want to judge the requisite or the level at which we can pick up. Usually, I would like to give a background of certain things for everybody to be comfortable.
Hello. Hello.
Hello? Yes.
Yes. Oh, okay. Please, can you permit me to speak in French?
That's right, sir, Mr. Adiboti.
Ok. Je dois dire que le premier intervenant a un peu répondu à mes attentes. C'est pour ça que je n'ai plus levé le doigt pour parler. Parce que après mon PMP, ok, je sais qu'il y a les PGUs à apporter et puis approfondir mon expérience et les connaissances dans le domaine. C'est pour ça que c'est vraiment les attentes, c'est ce que j'attends de cette formation pour me permettre d'ouvrir de plus en plus mes horizons sur ce que j'aurai à faire et en tant que project management.
Perfect.
Project manager.
Yes. Okay, that's quite great. I understand that. So after your PMP, you really want to dive deep into the rigors of project practice, and AI for Scrum Masters or Scrum teams is a very catch intensive word for you. I mean, a domain you need to know and to get work revolutionized. That's fine. Okay, one more. We're good to go. All right, so if it's yet forthcoming, you can introduce on the chat. I will be able to read. In terms of agile knowledge, can you rate your agile knowledge? Please, you can respond to this on the chat, okay? Can you rate your agile knowledge from 1 to 10, on the scale of 1 to 10? Please give me your score on agile knowledge. Agile and Scrum. Are you 10 on 10, 9 on 10, 8 on 10, 7, 5, 4, 3, 1, or 0? You have?
For me, I'm still behind. I can rate myself 6 on 10. The reason why I'm still here to learn.
Okay, 6 on 10. Agile. Good. Okay, that's comfortable enough.
Below average on 10.
Again, sir?
Below average on 10.
10, 10?
Below average.
Okay, below average. Okay. All right. 6 on 10. Okay. Okay.
I'm seeing the program.
Please, everybody, you can rate on the, you can just put on the chat. It will help me serve everybody properly, you know. We have to be very transversal and at the same time very dynamic in delivering what we have to deliver. Okay, 4, 10, 7, 6. All right, fine. At least we have some container of agile. Ah, who is this 0 over 10? Okay. You have 0 over 10 knowledge, no problem, no problem, don't bother. We'll see what to do. You just changed the game, that's what I'm smiling. Not like I'm laughing at 0 over 10. You changed the game so far. Okay, fine. All right. Okay, thanks. I'm good to go. we're good to go, rather. Okay, let me take us, I will take us through a little, first of all, what we actually have to cover. Let me just bring that to our attention. Generative AI for Scrum teams is really an integrative course, practical enough for us to see how Scrum teams with the different roles they play when you are using AI, and how AI can transform, to what extent can AI go. And of course, very practical means we just have to understand the principles and see how the prompts are being generated and how exactly the responses look like. So of course, to an extent, all of this would require that we have access to the prompt, the AI tool, and see exactly how that comes out to be. But then, just looking at the table of contents here, the agenda shows we're going to cover the overview, generative AI meets agile, and what does that mean? What does this mean for agility? Applying generative AI today on various roles of Scrum. Ethics and safeguarding data, what to do now, and final questions and answers. A whole lot of things will be discussed. First of all, we have to understand the different roles that go with Scrum teams. Okay, so when you say generative AI for Scrum teams, we know some of the critical roles or main roles that teams in Scrum play are Scrum Master, Product Owner, Scrum Team, Product Manager, Business Analyst, Engineer, or Quality Assurance, and so on. Now, if you were to locate yourself, do you find any of these roles closest to what you perform in real life? Are you sure you got some Scrum role within this? If not, just a question. And then, as far as AI tools are concerned or products, which ones are you familiar with currently? Of course, there are so many. There are plethora of AI tools, right? I mean, products right now in the market. Some are open AI, some are, premium. Yes, so, well, you could fall on a scale where you absolutely have not been using AI. And if you have been using AI, which of the AIs do you find that is familiar? 3.5 ChatGPT or ChatGPT 4.0, or what we call Claude, Duet, Copilot, Microsoft Copilot, Google. There are several other types of AIs. Okay, so, right, good. So we'll go back, just pull us up into the same room. Let's see some background. The first aspect where all of this centers on is the fact that we are dealing with projects. When we say Scrum, we're actually talking about project management, a way of working, a way of managing projects using adaptive approaches. So Scrum is a subset of Agile. It's one of the Agile frameworks, methodologies. And Agile is a project management approach, a framework and an approach where you manage projects that have a high rate of change, high degrees of uncertainty, risks, where you have unknowns, yes. And so you require that your requirements are changing so fast. So projects where there's so much agility of systems or requirements it means you need to manage them using the agile way, the agile approach. And Scrum is the easiest agile way framework to use in the market today. When you talk about agile, you mention Scrum, good, you have it done. Of course, agile stands for a big name with several framework methodologies, like more than 50 of them. And Scrum is one of the leading agile framework methodologies in the market. That's why you see many people certified Scrum, Scrum Masters, Scrum Product Owners, Scrum Developers, Scrum, different key roles in Scrum. Okay, so in managing projects in the real world, we are actually managing projects using several methodologies. Methodologies are aligned to what they call the system or the approach to deliver value when it comes to project management. You can deliver value by planning to deliver that value in a predictive way, or you plan to deliver value through a project in an adaptive way called agile. That's two extremes that you see there. So planning to deliver value in a predictive way, it means you are managing that project traditionally. And traditional management means you are planning, you predict upfront, do estimates that are very accurate to the best knowledge you have of them, and you baseline your scope, you baseline your schedule, you baseline your cost. Then you have a performance measurement baseline that shows that you are predictive, and that's waterfall or traditional, linear. So that means the project starts, you have to start the project, gather requirements, plan, execute, monitor, control, close. So it's a linear form. You have to plan detailedly upfront. So that's predictive, right? So predictive. Why I'm bringing this is so important because, agile meets, AI meets agile, and then you have AI in Scrum. So the world has actually moved from just managing projects with the predictive models. The predictive model, the challenge is that as far as value delivery is concerned, you are delivering value, you are having value only at the end of that project. So if you're managing a project with a traditional way, it means wait for value, wait for products, wait for services, only at the end. Meanwhile, the world is not, you can't deliver business value in a world in a predictive way and satisfy your customers. So agile comes in to solve that problem, where you can incrementally deliver and reduce risk, the risk of losing so much in case something happens and then the whole project gets jeopardized. So agile comes in to give value delivery, define value delivery using short iterations, or what they call time boxes or cadence. So you have iterations, short cycles of delivery, or sprints. That's what they call it. So Scrum is the best of agile frameworks that is lightweight, scalable, flexible, and easy to be implemented by any team. Anybody can actually adopt Scrum. So agile adoption is much easier when you pick up Scrum and you can adopt Scrum, means you know agile. Now, in between the two extremes, where you're having predictive and adaptive, you have hybrid development approaches, which you can say, okay, this project is 90% predictive and 10% agile. From predictive going upward to 90% agile and 10% predictive. So all of this is just defining how and how fast we can respond to prioritizing, to delivering value through prioritized approaches. Prioritize value delivery. So AI is coming in to do what? To speed up. If agile comes to speed up value delivery, then AI meeting Agile, what would take place? You can imagine. So that is really where we're going. The whole world is looking for the fastest way to get things done, fastest. Okay, so AI is the lightning speed in our world today, the capability to deliver at lightning speed. So Agile itself still needs AI enablement. Right. You can see the different shades of methodologies because people have been struggling to find the best way to deliver value in project management. Managing a project using those different frameworks can be a limitation if you don't know exactly how to tailor so that you can manage to deliver value quickly. So the whole thing is organizations are so much concerned with how they perform. Performance is geared by several things, several factors. So insights into how organizations can drive above average project performance, they need to provide the right resources that further enhance skills, capabilities, enabling the teams to adapt to different project and business circumstances, challenges, and needs. Equipping employees with the right skills is always very important to drive stronger innovation, agility, and efficiency. Now AI comes in to now skyrocket the capabilities to deliver in as fast as possible sequence. So shaping the future of project management, AI comes in, and the Project Management Institute had launched some very innovative courses that forms the background of your understanding on how AI goes. And we will be listing some of them that will help you to maybe peruse. If we'll take another segment again, practically to do some demos after this course, then that is it. So have you seen that AI will do something? Of course, everybody knows AI is doing something already. Yeah. So how do we put ourselves together to master AI so that we can begin to take advantage of it? So lots of people already know that AI is impacting work, but some people even still don't know. They don't know what AI can really contribute. They think it's some kind of rocket science, you know? But statistics prove that at least more and more people are gearing towards AI adoption in fast tracking how they do work. In every way, strategies and recommendations are coming in from all angles as to adopting generative AI, a subset of AI technology in project management. So this just to tell you that generative AI, GenAI, is just a subset of the AI technology itself. The skills that project managers need are viewed through the lens of the PMI talent triangle, because we are dealing with projects. So the talent triangle helps us know that if you are going to apply AI, you are seeing AI enablement coming through the capabilities that are revealed in the talent triangle. The capabilities of what? The project manager's capabilities, or what they call competencies, are demonstrated in three. In the talent triangle, you have power skills. How can AI solve power skills? And how can AI go with ways of working, improving ways of working, and strategic business acumen? So PMI is committed to seeing that all project managers would comfortably transition in adopting AI to streamline how they deliver work. Otherwise, you get stuck when others are already making 10 releases in the market of their products. You are still there at product 2. All right, strategies to start adopting your Gen AI in project management. First thing is that AI does what? It helps you to automate 3 critical things that AI can do now, at least from the foundational perspective. Automation is the first landing page where AI helps you to automate your basic tasks and tasks that are low in complexity, requiring little human intervention like operations. In their final output, examples include generating reports, analyzing documents with multiple types of data, summarizing meeting notes, and performing calculations. All these can be automated. So automating approach allows you as project manager to create standard prompts that can be used across different projects and by other team members. So these tasks generally, they do not need too much high-level experience of managers to assess and verify. Think about it. I mean, a general assembly, a very important general assembly meeting is going on, and you just have an AI enablement tool that captures the voices and translates into text and brings summary notes. It streamlines and formats the notes in the way that these are minutes, where take away in 2 minutes. After the meeting, you've got your results. Every member can have the takeaways. Think about that. That's automation. And if you were to give that task to a human being to do just that simple task, how they will have to take some days, right? Some 2 or 3 nights to summarize if it's a complicated meeting with so many things that were said. Yeah. And you can even make the AI give you different versions, then you compare if you wish to. We want to see some more practicals on that. The second degree to which AI can enable success for us is assistance level. AI could be like assistance. In the assistantship, project managers can leverage the GenAI tools to complement their analysis. So you see, from automation to analysis, getting first drafts for review by experts and iteratively building the expected output for the particular task. The tool's results cannot be considered complete without refinement, so needing the testing and complementary analysis. So the human element comes in to complete. So examples of this approach include creating a first draft of a cost-benefit analysis. In project management, you know that cost-benefit analysis is very vital when you want to develop the business case, the economic feasibility analysis for your project. So the benefits management plan. So performing a data analysis to be used on the scope change recommendation. That is an example. Creating scheduling plans and performing a risk analysis. You can imagine how the level of sophistication that is employed here, right? So from automation of simple tasks, operational tasks, it now moves over to assistance level where you can begin to reason further contextually. The final result is likely to require moderate intervention from an experienced project professional to ensure it is complete and accurate. So are you getting some idea? Because now if you look at it, AI cannot do everything, but AI does a lot when it is properly well applied. AI still needs the human element. That means that we must be subject matter experts in our field before we can say AI will now come in to make the day lighter. So you have enough time to go for gym, enough time to have coffee with the family, and so on and so on. Rather than having clothes from work, carry machine home, and trying to automate tasks by yourself manually the whole night, your head is hot and you're shaking nervously because the following day you just have to do a presentation and you are not yet finding yourself ever finishing this task. I mean, look at what AI can do there. Yes, cuts away more than 80% of your productivity. I mean, too much waste taken off. Augmentation. I think the third degree of AI support comes through augmentation, which means the most complex level. Augmenting is where project professionals can enhance the existing capabilities and explore and develop new capabilities. And this approach helps project managers perform more complex and strategic. Look at that. So from portfolio program level, you can do lots of strategic tasks specific to organization or topic, such as creating outstanding business cases. So those things that take a lot of people and time to brainstorm and do research and come out with this, that, and that. Look at it. Creating outstanding business cases for projects, supporting complex decision-making with many interdependencies and variables. So ultimately, project professionals still guide and perform most of the work, of course, but they can leverage the GenAI to gain insights and perform specific tasks using multiple interactions with the tool. At this level, it's likely that individuals' depth of experience and knowledge about business and project management will influence the quality of the final outcomes. So you can't actually leave AI in the hands of novices who are not subject matter experts. So please, AI is a co-pilot. Okay, so it's not. Yeah. So you always see. You can, from this diagram, just see the differences and the levels of support that AI gives to our work today. So from the simplest tasks, automation, meeting notes, summaries can be generated very much automated, reports can be automated, lessons learned, summaries can be generated at that simple level. Everybody can do that. Everybody, and in fact, your entry level skills and usage of AI tools is most likely to start there. And then okay, are we still there? Okay, so beyond that, the assisting level, where the complexity of the task and who does the work, human element is increasing from automation to assisting to augmenting. So we need more human support, but at the same time, the complexity of the task going higher requires higher level tools of AI. So basically, you can have assisting level with large data set analysis, cost and schedule estimations, cost benefit analysis, risk analysis, and then augmenting level can be the business case creation and project decision making. To make a decision means you need to take strong, data backup decisions. All right, so any question so far? At least we're seeing the levels of support that AI can bring to our work. And we can actually see power skills. We can see examples of power skills. GenAI can help project managers with communication, collaborative leadership, and other power skills by supporting them in negotiating complex chains of stakeholders, institutions, and processes. So you can use, seeing the industry life example here, life science and healthcare, the use case in drug development, where project managers must work with multiple stakeholders, partners, processes, and regulatory requirements. They do that to successfully discover new drugs and go through development of clinical trials and finally approval. So GenAI can do what here? Can support communicating across these domains, as well as help streamline and improve knowledge sharing among research groups, reduce data silos, and promote a more integrated development process. Well, we're just learning here what AI can do, right? The capabilities of AI, so that we should first of all see the end-to-end of what this means for us. So in terms of action notes, action points here, or decision points. How are you planning to leverage GenAI tools to aligning project objectives with broader organizational strategies and ensure consistent value delivery? Yeah, so those are prompt questions. Those are how to call it, causes, things that help you to be able to know how to implement AI. So, okay, eye-opening. What concrete steps are you taking to integrate AI tools at the initial stages of your project brainstorming, definition, and preparation of early documents? So you can use AI at the business analysis phase. You can use AI to develop strategic organizational objectives that align with value delivery or value streams and benefits realization, even in program level, portfolio level. In light of the adoption of GenAI tools to performing or supporting several project management tasks and activities, so execution, right? Are you planning to balance technology with human ingenuity that recognizes and leverages the uniqueness of each of the project's contexts? So that's it. Business acumen has its own scenarios, insights, assessments, and systems thinking decisions that AI tools can help in fostering understanding and considering multiple dimensions with several interdependencies, generating a strong business environment, So relating with all of these, tools are there to do all the reasonings. And we are the ones that are enabling the tools to do that. So financial services case study here, where you make strong decisions on strategic organizational, or what you call business acumen, making very strong decisions regarding business objectives or business requirements. GenAI interfaces can enable project managers and team members search and retrieve relevant information and obtain tailored results without having in-depth programming skills. So remember, AI doesn't want you to have too much skills in programming, just, right? So this will take the data-driven decisions to a new level by enabling real-time access to enterprise and past project data. Okay, so all of that is just to prove to us AI is right here for everybody, and at any level you want it to function, it will deliver its intended dividends. All right, so back to our course. I hope that this little background is helpful to lay the context of our course. Any questions so far? So we can get to. So a warm-up to Scrum. A warm-up to Scrum, a kind of 10 minutes overview of Scrum and Agile is what I want to bring to our attention here. If you have any question, you can post on the chat window or you raise your point clearly. So we get along. Okay. I see there's no question, right? So. All right, I'll just give a little bit of 5 minutes overview of Agile and Scrum. I was saying that when it comes to Agile way of working, we have lots and lots of Agile methodologies and frameworks in the market. Over more than 50 Agile framework methodologies exist. Scrum is one of the the earliest and the latest in the use of adopting Agile or in the adoption of Agile. So you can have extreme programming, Crystal, feature-driven development, DSDM, and Agile belongs in a universal set of what we call practices called Lean. You've ever heard of Lean Six Sigma? Then Lean. So Lean is the universal approach in managing projects by eliminating waste, reducing waste, increasing throughput, and all Agile methods kind of like do the same thing. The purpose of using Agile is, the best way of using Agile is to eliminate waste by continuous improvements of high efficiency, driving high efficiency of processes and performance, and ensuring that value is optimized. Okay, so you can see the bridge between Agile and Lean is what we call Kanban. Kanban systems are playing a visual workflow system where you can actually see work structured in columns, like to do, in progress, and done. So Kanban bridges Lean and Agile. It's a pull-based system for managing work. And what does that mean? It just means that Kanban is the way to visualize and structure the flow of work so that you can know, you can reduce delay times, you can take away waste, you can know why work is piling up at one point, clean up, and you can investigate the root cause of delays and so on. So that's it. There you can use lots and lots of velocity graphs to track how work is flowing through the system. Just imagine two bridges. You can use a long bridge that connects two cities. If that bridge would optimally serve the communities of these two cities, it must function with the bridge there shouldn't be any holdup somewhere, right? You want high efficiency flow on that bridge, no holdups, no standing, no delays. So vehicles that hit the bridge must move. So Kanban is designed to show workflow visualization. And if you have vehicles piling up somewhere, you must critically know that the critical point is the bridge. The bridge must be optimized to allow no delays, no blockages, no stoppages. So then you can see that projects get completed, in time. So the whole of Agile is built on a philosophy, what we call the Agile Manifesto. The manifesto is 4 values and 12 principles that were developed in 2001 to showcase how there is a shift from the traditional way of working to adopting a more customer-centric development approach that responds to market conditions, market needs, customer needs, stakeholder needs in a better way. So that's where Agile was born. So Agile is a mindset. If you are thinking Agile, if you want to practice Agile, you must think Agile. So from thinking Agile through the mindset, informed by 4 values and 12 principles, you will be enabled, an individual or organization or team will be enabled to now applying the Agile practices of Lean, Kanban, Agile, like Crystal, Scrum, and so on, to benefit the organization in delivering products, creating value, and sustaining growth exponentially. So that's it about Agile. We'll move now to Scrum. The whole concept of Scrum is to study the rules of Scrum and the flow, iterations of Scrum, why the iterations are important. Scrum helps you to time box how you deliver work in short cycles of what they call iterations or sprints. The time box means that the shortest time box is 1 week for a sprint. the short and the longest cycle of delivery in Scrum is 6 weeks. So in some textbooks, it can span 2 to 4 weeks, ideal. The ideal sprint duration is 2 weeks to 4 weeks. And what do we mean by that? It means that there are certain high prioritized features of any product that you want to develop that can be structured to be delivered within 2 weeks to give the customer a value increment that is useful. Okay, so with that, Scrum is good in structuring work in a prioritized backlog so that it can be delivered. And there are key rules that support all of this kind of thinking. The rules are the product owner rule, who is responsible for success of that product. That's why I call product owner. It defines the vision, requirements, and priorities and value and prioritizes. Then Scrum Master is like a coach, a servant leader. He removes any impediments on that bridge. No hold up. Imagine that a traffic warden, he stands at both ends and make sure there is no hold up. That's Scrum Master's role. He facilitates the team's success. Make sure that the team is applying the right processes. He mentors the team on agile practices and Scrum practices. Then the development team is the team that does the work and creates the deliverables and self-organizing themselves in a way that they don't need to be dictated upon what they should do. They are auto-managed, self-organized. And so the whole of Agile or Scrum is managing work from a backlog, okay? From a portfolio program level to project level planning, we now say what we have to create is in the next 2 years, a massive product. This massive product has to span multiple months, right? So 2 years is like 24 months. To break 2 years down into weeks, 24 months into weeks. So when you break them from years to months, you are now doing a major release. Okay, so you have product roadmaps mapping up to, we release benchmarks like 3 months to 6 months. We're going to release a major component of our product. So those sub-components are broken down into weekly releases called sprints. That's where sprints come in, and iterations. And that's what Scrum is really suited for, in taking work from a major centralized product backlog. It could be a portfolio or program backlog, where you now have the sprint backlog, where the team picks up with its velocity to deliver within matters of weeks, something that is highly prioritized and useful to the customer. That's what they call shippable increment. All right, so Scrum is run using meetings, time box meetings, like the sprint planning meeting that begins a cycle of sprint planning for the team. It's kind of like a 2-hour meeting for a week, or 4-week sprint will mean 8 hours. Then you have the sprint review meeting at the end of the sprint. It's also time box 1 hour, 45 minutes to review what the team has delivered. And a daily stand-up meeting is to coordinate the team's efforts day to day to see how their work fits and their progress is moving. Through the sprint, at the end of the sprint, we have the retrospective for the team to reflect on how their practices can be improved before they move to the next sprint. So basically, this is the flow of Scrum, and I believe many of us now have refreshed our minds, and we are ready to jump into our discussion mode, discourse. Any questions so far? So the critical rules of Scrum: generative AI for Scrum teams. That means all the teams that run Scrum, run the Scrum framework or power the Scrum framework are, in concern right here. So AI can enable a lot of work success at these different roles. If we can integrate AI into our agile workflow, the better we'll see. High speeds of delivery, enhanced quality, so on. So your role today could fall in any of these. Whether you're Scrum Master, you'll see how you can leverage AI tools for you, GenAI, to make a big success. And typical things that you can do in that role using AI to help you accomplish. A quick generative AI overview. Let's see the human. Please, if you have any question, I'm happy. Human-centered approaches. Any question you drop on the window, okay? So don't feel, I mean, interrupting now may be a little bit. Until we have a little break, we'll come to answering all the questions you may have. Human-centered approaches. Now, you can also look at the AI role and the human role. So comparing these two, you can see AI plays some magical capabilities, okay? So when it deals with content creation, AI can do a lot of things that, well, humanly speaking, you have to have interactive touch along the way, one after the other, to get along to the end. With generative AI, it can generate powerful insights, vast knowledge, because what they call large language models. You know, GenAI uses large language models. It is a large language models approach. That means that's why you can hear of open AIs. With the open AIs, there are lots and lots of data available on the internet. So AI that is piloting from that vast domain, they analyze things in matters of seconds, you see? And yet they can generate you a pool of information, maybe generate you a full textbook, as powerful as that is. But can you write that textbook in 2 seconds? You see, to gather that kind of information, data. So unique human touch, deep emotional understanding, yeah, that's fine. Complex decision making is only done by us. Yes. The machine has the extent to which it will respond based on what we have prompted the machine or system to do. AI by career, stage, or expertise. We know that as an early career or totally new and at your entry levels in the adoption of AI, you learn at a faster pace, you deliver simple things more quickly. So that is what AI helps you. So it can help young people to speed up in everything they're doing, studying, in research, in development, and make your things go very fast by automating your tasks, assisting in decision making, and augmenting in complex decisions outcomes. So now we go into the mid to the late career and deep expertise levels where AI can drive high-ended augmentation in strategic decision, like a comprehensive business case that we saw, generating vast data analytics. Well, data analytics is even at a lower level, which we saw that at the assisting level. So solving significant challenges, delivering order of magnitude efficiency is where this world is moving to with the AI. ChatGPT demo. Well, coming back to looking at, can we list some of the AI tools that you've come across, please? Just help out in the chat box. Or you can openly declare if you have more than one. Anybody? Any of
For
the,
me, I've been using ChatGPT 3.5.
yeah, ChatGPT 3.5. Apart from what you have there, 3.5, 4.0, Claude Duet, Copilot, which one do you think you've come across? Yeah. Any other? All right. There are many. I can call Clay, Clone. Even the iPad users, they use even these things that, they started off with human translators. The iPad users, they have what they call Siri, right? Is it Siri? And there are many others. Okay, so
Yeah, Siri.
Siri, so they
Yeah.
can talk to Siri. What about is it the Google? You want to Google something and voice it out? It's just the Google transcriber or call it what?
Some Samsungs have the Bixby, which is similar to Siri.
Samsung has some, yes. So
Bixby.
those used to be some years ago. Now AI has grown, because if I can show the evolution of AI in a full course on its own. So I didn't want to go into those backgrounds, but we just saw the levels of application of AI. That's the practical part that we just saw this evening. But the evolution of AI over the years, for the past decades, has serious learning points there, where you can see the advent of the Google, the Google AI itself, the Microsoft AI is coming in 2017. Not very clear, but 2019 now they started pulling forth. And 2023, just last year, that's actually when this ChatGPT matter picked up, right? And then 3.5. In fact, from February last year, you can imagine, that's when, because some things had been in the pipeline and they hadn't really been launched officially until last year, early last year, that official, launch and co assisted by some other enablers. So, and recently this year, ChatGPT 4.0, it's a whole revolutionary in terms of how much capability these things can do. People take consultancy work nowadays, let's say financial analysis, financial engineering, financial valuations, and so on. You think that they spend all those complicated hours, weeks, analyzing those things manually in Excel and so on? No, no more.
No, no more.
Matter of seconds, they have done the work. They just need to give the right inputs, the right parameters, raw data. They know how to shape it in, and the whole thing does the things in a few minutes and generates it out there. You see, wow. Then you just do some minimal 1, 2, 3, formatting adjustments, and that's it. You deliver. That is what is happening. And with that, you can now see why lots of people are multitasking jobs. And people are picking contracts, 10 contracts, 20 contracts, and getting millions in the matters of weeks. Yes, hundreds of thousands of bucks. Yeah, so it's about the use of, the versatility of applying these tools, because it takes a skill itself to master the tools. It takes a skill of its own. But in fact, you can see that the learning journey, it pays off. Investment that you put into AI learning will pay off effectively. We are not saying that AI will do everything in a very, very good way. There are the cons of AI, too many. Okay, so Of course, when the bad guys pick up something that is good, it tends to be weaponized for something bad. So our world is constantly under, attack. Any good thing can tend to be a very bad thing, and very, very bad thing. See, because right now, for example, you see Apple products, Apple devices are serious monitoring tools now, global surveillance. You see, because AI is just what is, picking up everything, everywhere, everyone. So that's it. It's time to also be very, very. That's why you see organizations are investing huge volumes of money to build their own AI engines, okay, customized. So with a vast, creating a high ecosystem of words, they can, the algorithms can build their own algorithms that will pick up whatever they do. And that protects that organization because, they are not on this open source. And the open source, it can pick everything about you, your company, your strategy and everything, and business and models and so on. And it gets it available out there in seconds. In seconds, I'm telling you. In seconds. Now you can see in marketing, I can go into giving all applications in different industries. Human resource, marketing, sales. You see an organization automating global sales with AI enablement platforms. AI data enablement platforms. Everything runs on data right now, and AI is specialized on data, right? So gone are those days, people are still running campaigns, campaigns, creating landing pages, trying to do this. Some are totally leveraging with AI enablement tools, platforms now to search for the right clients. The program the whole stuff to look like. Let me just give you a small idea. Okay. So let me get some AI names that you may find. Can find AIs for sales like clay.com. And what do they have to do? See, I'll tell you what they have to do here. One, they can program the AI in such a way that in building large data center infrastructures, they program these AIs to do a couple of things. So at times you can combine 2 or 3 different AIs with different approaches to, for example, find leads and then carry out enrichment or nurturing of the leads, sending targeted emails and campaigns, and then loading them, passing them through the CRM, that's the customer relationship platforms, where everything gets customized. So if somebody were searching for a particular thing, that whole system will capture it. So there are those kind of AIs that will capture, refine, and then send a customized, targeted email, for example, that would close that deal. Then send some enablement sales emails again that will finalize. So it takes over. It takes over totally. It takes over a lot of work. So people are gone. They have gone far. So they build the outbound email lead generation system with Clay, with Com, or ChatGPT. So what we're learning is really highly sophisticatedly applied out there. And in matters of seconds, you see where the competition landscape tends to be. So people are no longer held bound to traditional ways. Yes. So the human-centered approaches, generative AI is a magical content creator, and the levels of sophistication in use and application, we've seen them from from automation to assistance to augmentation. ChatGPT demo, you can find out as these roles of Scrum are concerned, how exactly are we going to use generative AI in fulfilling our different multiple tasks in these roles. So if you were a product manager or product owner or Scrum Master or any of these roles, could you tell how GenAI can be used to offer 2 practical applications? Please bold each row in your output and provide a bulleted list under each row. So you can say, okay, product manager, so this is what we want to study right now, okay? So how GenAI can help you as a product manager. If you're a product manager for your organization, what is your role critically, first of all? You know, AI can also help you to define your role in case you don't know your terms of reference. You know, you throw it out there for AI. Of course, the Google engines that we used to use to Google our stuff, they are now more sophisticated, powered with their own AIs. All right, so now the only thing is knowing how to prompt the system. That's one of the things we'll be doing, prompting the system. So applying those prompts. Right, so GenAI meets Agile, the story goes. Waterfall from Waterfall to Agile plus AI. This is increasing lightning speed, okay? So everything was slow. Waterfall, Agile brought speed, agility of systems. Now, Agile plus AI, you can see where we're going. So the focus on Waterfall was the right requirements, okay? In Agile, focus was on early value delivery. Now, Agile plus AI, the focus is what? Reducing manual work and speeding up. The levels on roles and responsibilities, the level set. And the flow of value is from left to right, because just think about it. Every product begins from strategy, right? Which could be portfolio or program level strategy. So product strategy, which is defined by the product manager. At this level, AI, in fact, at this level, strategy does not yet deliver value, right? But when you're moving across the spectrum there where the different roles are going, business analyst now picks over to define and refine the requirements. So refinement of requirements, elaboration of the requirements, and elicitation and so on. AI is helping there, yet the value is still small. Why? Because from strategic to tactical and delivery, that's where we are seeing increasing value coming. Now continue. Product owner picks over from business analyst to do what? To create a backlog and maintain the backlog deliveries. Okay, so meeting customer success. Then Scrum Master helps to build the team. And the engineer, quality engineer or whoever, or software engineer, it produces the software that is the application or increment. Then the quality analyst does the testing, ensuring for quality compliance or whatever. Now, value is running from left to right. And the question is, how is AI helping this? How might we remove work from this process? By asking generative AI to do it for us. So that is the point. So how much work can we take away from the product manager role from the business analyst role, from the product owner role, and Scrum Master role to optimize value delivery across the strategic to delivery points, touch points. So that is it. AI is showing the journey, shaping the journey along the Scrum roles. The key benefits for every role is that it gets the task done even faster, invest more time on big picture for your role. It helps you to, you spend more time to drive out more strategy and see the bigger pictures. Less stress and more fun adds to your life, right? So all these roles, they will have enough time to interact and see the big picture and focus on the higher things, the priorities that only human level can discuss. But when there's no automation of tasks, when there is no AI enablement, for example, these different roles now, they will be so process-centric, or let me say, they will be doing a lot of manual work. And so the collaboration will be lesser, and therefore value delivery will be far, far lesser as well, see? Yeah, but now if AI, and if all of them really know how to apply AI, you can imagine the speed and the value at the outcome there, the outcome level. So that is it. So everybody AI enabled, good. We focus on the better picture. So now let's start. The product managers, they may use, we have a use case example here. First role there, product manager, who defines strategy, right? Okay. Now we can see that the product manager analyzing user feedback, right? Epics and features, because epics are what? Large user stories or requirements that cannot be completed by just applying sprints. It's too big. Yeah, so epics are like themes or measure goals that need to be broken down into sub-goals and objectives that would be streamlined to specific project outcomes or unique project outcomes. Then analyzing a user's feedback, writing epics and features, casting your vision. All of this is really the key role of product managers. Now, how can AI, generative AI, help in shaping out the work of this man? Yeah, so let's take a small example there. In the description column, we're going to take it into the AI tool itself. There is a description of my business below. Can you please write a narrative-based vision for it with as much punch? Now, when we say a prompt, example of a prompt, I hope we'll get the point, because I should have introduced that very more formally, but there are a lot of assumptions that are being given up to now, but at least we'll clear the ground somehow, the highway. So I don't know if you know what we're using as a prompt. Prompt is a whole concept in AI. Generative AI uses prompts, and what we call prompt engineering is a technique that we use to give instructions to the AI tool to be able to create what we want from the AI, right? So we use prompts. So how you shape and structure the prompts or instruction, this is an example of such a prompt. So you want as a product manager, some things to be done for you. What example can be your key deliverable outcomes as a product manager? Number one, this is an example that there is a description of my business below. Can you please write a narrative-based vision? Remember, these things are called co-pilots. So you're like conversing, you're talking to the machine, to AI, right? So can you please write a narrative-based vision for it with as much punch and meaning as the classic day one letter written by Jeff Bezos about Amazon, the vision statement should remain, or rather, should maintain action-oriented language and punch. Now, that is the business description below. The Hydro Flask Connect is a Bluetooth-enabled water bottle that revolutionizes hydration. This smart bottle tracks your water intake throughout the day and sends timely text alerts to keep you on track. Okay, so if you were to punch in this, what would be your outcome? See, that's the point. Can we try that? Can we try that? Okay. Let's see. Where do we pick it up? Who has ChatGPT 4.0? Should I share it with you? Hi, are we there? Should I share my ChatGPT with you?
The software or the
Yeah, the software
or
link. I'll just
the
pick
brain?
an OpenAI ChatGPT. I'm picking an OpenAI. I don't know whether you can see my screen here. I'm trying to enable multiple sharing. If you can see my screen, oh, what am I doing here? Let me close the screen. Oh yeah, I've got to stop. Okay, so take my second screen on. Okay, so here you can see I have you can type this one, openai.com. You find ChatGPT 4.040. Now, let me just give you an example. Let me just pick it up. It's a free, it's openware, right? So let me put it on the chat. You can just type that one out there. Bam. So you pick it up from the chat window. Now, if you open it, it can ask you to sign up. First thing is that you can sign up or try it without even signing up, right? So whichever you like, just go. Accept all the cookies if you like. So if I click into try ChatGPT, I go. And now you say sign in. Well, I don't want you to sign in, stay locked out. Now you can see some suggested box there. So go now to our example there, prompt. Ooh, what's happening here? Okay, so you can copy this, copy that. That's what I'm trying to do. It seems you don't have access to that. And copy and paste here if I wish. Let me just say I paste here. Oh, what's up? It's not pasting. Oh, it's asking me to paste. Oh, it hasn't pasted still. This is terrible. Okay, so just a small practice there. Coming to that. That. Okay. That is what we have. Just paste all of them there, don't bother. Whatever sequence you come this, it is the system that is understanding it. Okay, so now I put here. All right, so you just say, bam, what comes out? It's not wasting time. So, vision statement for the Hydro Flask Connect, a drop of connection, redefining hydration for a healthier tomorrow. So now the prompt has a kind of direction. You gave it a direction that do it like this, such as, you know, add more punch, and make sure, you know, it resembles like, you know, so now it just gives you a whole write-up following that. He has done all the research in 1 second. Okay, so in a world where our lives are constant in motion, where we chase ambitions and juggle responsibility, we often overlook the simplest yet most vital act, hydration. At the Hydro Flask Connect, we believe that every sip counts, not just for your health, but for your entire journey. Now, if we want to try to say, refine this, using bullet points, maintaining context. Let's see what comes out. Ah, have you seen something? You see how it gives. What has happened? Something has just changed because the prompt before was emphasizing that do it following, you know, as the classic day one letter written by that. So it gives the first one like a letter. Now I said, okay, try to refine it following, you know, some bulleted points, maintaining context. Okay, so anything you wanted to do, render it, kind of like, okay, let's do something else. Propose 3 variants of this write-up. Let's see. Variant 1, variant 2, variant 3. Huh? Are we there? Then let's say, what else can we do? Propose the best version of the 3 with reason. You see? I see. So provide justification for the best option. Overall, this version effectively communicates the brand's core values, resonates with the target audience, and positions the Hydro Flask Connect as a leader in the wellness and hydration space. So you see the point? It justifies, it makes the decision comparatively. So these are levels of sophistication in applying, you know, our prompts. So we just took some levels of steps there, and you could see the levels of, that's the open AI there. It's not yet fully the version, okay? So when you unlock the full version, the capabilities are enormous. Yes. Okay, so now this guy's role, product manager's role, can seriously be impacted by AI in a few minutes or seconds. He comes out with whatever he wants, and he just needs to proofread. Even say, hey, give me the best, or give me 3 variants to compare. Even he said, give me 10 variants, it will give you, if you have enough time to go over the 10. And then he said, please analyze the top 3 out of the 10. It will refine it. Now you change the language a little bit, tweak it a little bit, and refine exactly, go in the direction you want things to happen to give you in a certain way. It changes it and gives it to that way. Then now you can say, okay, can I narrow it down to whatever I want it to be? What would this be like? And then before now, you start applying your own human effort behind it. Okay, so that's product manager. Use example there. Let's see the business analyst and the product owner. Example. An example prompt here will be, okay, writing user stories, summarizing release notes, because these are the critical roles for BAs and product owners. Where you have user stories, summarizing release notes, understanding tech concept. Oh, this is so simple, you know? That falls under what? Automation, assistance, or augmentation. The level of sophistication of tasks here, please. Remember, we're going for 2 hours straight, no break, I'm sorry. We'll have a small break, but we've not had a break, but 2 hours, we're less by 30 minutes. Can we move? Yes, please. I'm just asking to be sure, based from our introductory use of AI, particularly, we saw automations, assistance, and augmentation levels, the levels of sophistication in use of AI. So this one, BAs and POs, are they really, their tasks, are they really sophisticated that much? Not quite, not quite. You know why? Because from product manager, you are dealing with strategy, so much strategy, product strategy. See? Here, there's not too much value. But when you are driving across these roles here, you are actually going towards creating value. And that's what value, it flows from left to right there. You see? Say, a working software is the only measure of progress. So they prefer in Agile, we prefer working software over comprehensive documentation. All right. So when you see that, gathering requirements, definitions, oh, these are simple tasks to go. Product strategy is where there's a lot. Okay, there could be something serious there. So the BA role example here are the user stories for our last release. Can you please summarize these into release notes? Please use only the summary and description columns. The notes should be written for a business leader. Aha, I see. So persona understanding, because you're writing user stories using persona knowledge. User stories and release notes are very critical, because if you want to write a user story, you will have to say, as maybe a role, I want to do this, what? So that I will be, that's the benefits. So there is a standard frame, or what we call a template for user story capture and writing. So if you are writing user stories, a user story is based on a persona. Persona is a fictional character description of an end user, or the story or requirement told from the end user's perspective. Let me use an example there in case that is missing somewhere. Oh, what is this terrible noise there? If it's about gathering requirements for a website that has to be developed, right? So you go to the point of the sign-up page or logins. Let's say user logins. Let's say e-commerce website. Okay, so the e-commerce you need to be able to integrate payment systems, right? So, and then every product has its price tag. And then from the product, you want a customer, a typical customer. So you build the customer journey by describing the series of steps and actions as the flow. Okay, the customer touch point. When a customer comes here, before you iterate the series of tasks, what should they do before they are able to? Then you have to capture as a user story, meaning that first you understand what type of customer. You are designing that e-commerce website for what type of customer demographic. So persona comes in. Is it a corporate customer? Is it this? Is it a B2B? So as an engineer or as a visitor or a prospective buyer searching for whatever, I should be able to tell what actions. I should be able to add my products into the aggregator basket, the purchase basket. When you add like many products, and then so that I will be able to apply discount at checkout successfully. Now that's a user story. You've already defined it. So now in that prompt, imagine you want to give such a prompt for AI to develop that user story, to create all the user stories for you for that product. Wow. So here they give an example there. Here are the user stories for our last release. Can you please summarize this into release notes? So you provide the user stories examples, for example. Please use only the summary and description columns. The notes should be written for a business leader. So that's persona. Keep each section to a short title in bold and a one-sentence description of the new capability. Stay focused on short and direct communication. So include a Jira export. Anyway, that's for when you want to take it now into the software and display in Jira. Jira is a visualization platform there for agile users. All right, so you can do that, or either you display it in Miro or Jira or whatever. So many software do that, agile softwares. Formation radiators. Okay, so if you apply that in the prompts, if in case we had the user stories. All right, so you can pick user stories of a former release, a former project. Okay, now you pick that, and then now you tweak it. You want the software, you want the system to give it, for a particular product. Then with summary notes, you provide the summary notes. The system will analyze the summary notes, do a whole lot of this and that, and then come up with what then the sense of it will be, and generates it in a matter of seconds. Then let's go to the next roles. Scrum Masters. What are their critical roles? And what are their difficulties? And what are they really able to? How would they be able to translate their difficulty of their role into actionable prompts that would generate the way it will help them speed up? So what are their critical tasks? Writing team agreements, correct? Because these are people that are working with helping the team, enabling the team to work, to have a good working environment, and removing impediments, making sure the team has a team culture and so on, with good practices. Now, brainstorming team experiments, correct? Talking to an agile coach, those are critical roles or responsibilities. Let's now see, okay, team agreements protocol example. Team agreements writing protocol 1.0. Goal. Your purpose is to write a list of team agreements, characteristics of team agreements. You see, so generative AI meets agile. Write in present tense. Describe the team agreements, not in future terms. Now you are guiding. So by giving the prompts, creating the protocol prompts. The team agreements example protocol prompt, generate team name, Mighty Mouse, focus areas, core working hours of 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. So this is the example that is generated. So you see focus areas, core working hours of 11 minutes. So team agreements are what? Where the team has a shared agreement, like team charter. So the team has shared agreements, frequency of meeting times, communication preferences, and so on and so on. And they have some ground rules as to how it guides their behavior, acceptable and non-acceptable behavior, and so on and so on. So team members can use these to, to charter how they're going to work. So we can generate that using good prompts, protocols. Software engineers are not left out. Their critical role is writing the code, using code language, SQL, regex, or whatever, etc. So whatever language, they have series of powerful automation supports there with the AI. So writing SQL example, you can see I have a database structure that looks like the below, and I need some help writing an SQL query. A query, so you can see people who don't know software, who don't know programming, low code, no code, developers, low code, no code developers and programmers. This is what they do here. There are lots of platforms that create everything, AIs that create websites, create applications, do it. All you just need to do is give it the right prompts. The query I'm trying to write is to get the first name and last name of the dependents of the people who have a minimum salary greater than 200 or 20,000. Also include a department name that the employee works in, the postal code of that department, the country name, and the region name. Here's the full table structure. Bam. So it just goes. Create table regions. Okay. Now, quality analyst. Example uses. What is their critical focus? Writing test plans. Okay. How the test will fail or succeed. Generating test data and understanding the code. So generating test data example, I would like to work with you to create some test data for some applications I'm working on. That's good statement. Like a coworker, right? You're writing to the machine like a coworker. The test data should look like real data. Let's start by generating an SCS, that's Excel kind of thing with 16 columns. Please generate 10 records. First name, that's it. So what else can you not do with AI? AI changes everything about how we build software, okay? So what part of your team's approach to AI would you improve with your AI today? Kindly drop it in the chat. So what area in your work do you need AI to empower that you have been struggling and sweating and kind of like stretching your back and all, AI can do something for you. What do you think AI can do right now? I need a voice. Is the course interesting anyway, just to be sure? Since we've not had a break, is it interesting?
Very, very, very much, very much.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyhow, for me, I've been using especially ChatGPT a lot, and most of the things that you have shown are things that I've been using.
Perfect.
You putting in prompts on ChatGPT and coining it to give me the results that I want.
Yeah.
And even to the extent, like you said, analyzing some Excel sheet data as a project manager.
Right.
They can do everything. You can make you to write a project charter. You put in information. It produces the project charter of anything. Like the various steps that you think you want to do to maybe to do quality assurance. If you don't know the steps that you need to do, you ask it. It's going to give you. So it's like I've been using it a lot, and it's been very productive for me.
So let's clap for Mr. Table. Thank you. That makes us come because we were like, hope this thing is not hanging in the air somewhere in the cloud, and we are trying to microscope it or telescope it. So it's very close to us. It's very close right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I appreciate that. That's it. Okay, so when we share the knowledge like this, it encourages us to improve in our practices, because really these are the basic levels coming clearly. So Scrum teams can leverage all levels of roles with chat GPT and enable success even faster, speeding up. And if every team member knows what to do, oh, yeah, there's a lot of high-level collaboration. Yeah. Any other response? Looking at your work, your team's approach to Agile, will you improve with AI? That's another question now. But then the first one, how are you going to improve your work? Which areas of your work and your teams would you like to improve using AI so that all right, I think with that one, we are very sufficiently informed on the practices that already are useful. So what does this mean for you? So there are lots and lots of things we can pull in. Start by making GenAI your sidekick for everything. Generative AI as the helper. GenAI as a task doer, and you. So it helps to establish your use of generative AI. That starts by start thinking of generative AI first for everything. So anything you want to do, just think about how it could have been done if you give the right prompt to the AI thing. Expect a learning curve as well. That means don't just think that that's all that AI can give to you. If you were to refine it to the better way, like we took those 3 or 4 steps in entering that prompt and saw the different refinements and versions and so on. Invest in training. Yeah. So if you are not getting what you want, assume it's you, not the model. The model has so much it can offer. That's it. So you can use GenAI as a coach as well. You and GenAI as a coach, it means it helps you to learn using GenAI. Start asking GenAI questions. That's it. Just start there. That's the basic way to start. Maintain an ongoing conversation. That's it. Talking to the machine. Expect insights. That's it. Now, generative AI team member. The Agile team, the generative AI as a subcommittee call. Then we go. Everyone needs to know, what team are we on? What product are we building? Who are we building it for? What problems are we already solving? What's the current epic feature or story we are talking about? When all of these are addressed, and you know everyone knows this, we are able to talk to the machine. These are assets that must be built and maintained to help GenAI give us quality, consistent results. So everyone needs to know what team we are on. Are we, quality-driven team or what? What product are we building? Who are we building for? What problems are we solving? What is the current epic? Epic, like I said, very large user stories that cannot be completed except they are disaggregated into story points or user stories. Epic feature or story are we building? Changing productivity expectations, the faster cycle times, that is it. I mean, what you say cycle times, the time that it takes for a deliverable or a requirement to be worked upon onto a deliverable. The higher quality standards are also attainable through use of AI adoption there. Managing more products can also be made possible through AI capabilities. So that's it. Training and tooling, AI for productivity, prompt engineering, training tools, Copilot, Product Forge, etc. So there are specific tools that are specific to different areas of practices and products. Practice and practice until you know. Building your AI enablement applications, how to use large language models in real-world situations. Understanding technical aspects of models, context window, temperature, open source models, agents. Matthew Bernard YouTube channel. So now we're just saying that whatever we've learned so far are the basic entry ways of getting things done, but they are very profound to whatever extent you want it to apply, you apply. But then there could be more with building AI enabled platforms for application. So you need now to have more specialized knowledge about how to use the large language models in the real world situations. And then also build technical understanding of aspects of models like context. So that's it. When that is it, you're an AI engineer, that's it. So what part of your role would you like to get help from AI? Drop it. Okay. So if we took this break, then that is the end of this session, even though we are halfway. Any questions so far? Because most probably will end here to not stretch out of the window of the learning, the maximum learning, Okay, not much left, but just some little stuff there. Scenarios, applying GenAI to dive, prompt engineering, designing, testing, and refining. Context, specific information, desired outcome, response format, and prompt patterns. So this is prompt engineering, pulling the thread, handshot, chain of thought, personas, rubber duck framework, protocols. Post a prompt in the chat that uses the perfect prompt formula to generate the names of personas. Ethics and safeguarding data. They'll talk about it like they're solving it. It's not, it's just suggestions. All right, so that's it. So we can go to the end of everything, but we've touched some very practical things, okay? So any catch-up for whatever it is will be some recommended materials that will be sent to you with any recordings that will support your. So any questions, so we can wrap it up here now. We have 4 minutes. Has it been some eye-opening? Yes, so
Yeah,
thank you very much. I think, yes, we'll provide any needed support from now. And
okay.
yeah, thanks very much. So we're running up 4 minutes less. Any questions, please? First,
I sent you the text because is it rounding up to continue after the break or to continue later?
no, we are not continuing. I will just kind of like add
Okay,
more recorded element that was supposed to be finalized. So maybe just 10
okay,
minutes, I will add it to a short recording and send to us.
okay, perfect by me. Thank you.
Okay. If everything is fine, then we should be wrapping up. Wrap up, wrap up, wrap up, wrap up.
It's okay for me too.
Yes, sir.
I was about asking if we were to get this recording
You have
after this class.
you have the recording by tomorrow,
Okay.
or maybe latest after tomorrow. Let's say before Sunday, in case anything technical itches. So you have it, so that your course should be complete. Yeah, lots of practical things, lots of takeaways.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, bye. I think it was a nice, productive evening. It was at least interactive to the extent we understood some of the things that are making and shaping the way work is going in the world. So I appreciate that with this information, we can begin to tackle ourselves through it. And any other support we supply, and that will be it. Okay, good night, everyone.
Good
Thank
night.
you so
Good
much.
night. Thank you
Thank you
all,
so much.
everybody. Thank you, boss.
Thank you. Good night, sir.
Thank you, madam.